These videos are brought to you by MSCCasino.com and the Macau Sporting Club. MSCCasino.com, check it out.
You are watching Sportsmatters TV.
Look, welcome to Belfast. Welcome back to Belfast. Great memories from last year. How does it feel to be back defending your title?
Yeah, this is the first time I won a nightly win was here in Belfast last year. But I'm just hoping to obviously win that first game against Michael, get some points on the board, and then we'll see where we can go on from there.
What's it going to be like facing Michael again? Have you watched that World Final back yet?
No, I've not watched it back. I've only watched the winning double. But yeah, he's going to be up for it. He's going to be hungry, and I'm obviously up for it as the reigning champion. But yeah, I think whoever wins tomorrow, it's going to be big for both of us.
Just on Josh Rock, from here he's joined your stable now in Target. Just what do you make of him as an up and coming player?
Yeah, he's brilliant, Josh. We get on very well. Obviously he's been on the tour for longer than I have. But obviously Target, it's one of the best sponsors in the business. So hopefully he can obviously get used to them new darts and he can kick on now and get into the top 10.
Thank you. Good luck.
Luke, here we are. Is there a different dynamic defending a tournament here, like on the magnitude of the Premier League? Does it change your focus at all?
It's different. Definitely different to obviously Bahrain, where I went there as defending champion. But it's probably the biggest one I'm going to defend all year round until it does come to the World Championships. But tomorrow night it's just so important to hopefully get that win tomorrow in the first game against Michael. Does
it feel different coming into these big events as the world champion?
Well, I've not got into the arena yet, but at the minute I'm feeling okay. Maybe I might feel nervous when it does come to the task tomorrow, but there's always nerves in the first few legs. But I'm just hoping for a quick start tomorrow, just like the World Final.
3 games you've lost this year, you've lost with massive averages. You're playing well, everyone else is raising their game to beat you. Are you feeling that, and do you feel that this target is now on your back because of what you've done?
Yeah, ever since last year I know that these players, they're going to have to pull it out of the bag to beat me. But when they do beat me with a high average, it's also good for them, and I'm like, yeah, you've got it there, but can you do it in the next game and the next game after that? But when a player does beat me with a high average, you do see them go out next round. But obviously seeing Johnny Clayton in the Masters, fair play to Johnny to going all the way to the final. But yeah, most of the time people beat me, and sadly they do go out next round.
Thank you.
Luke, just on that last point there, when you have lost this year, you've put in some stupid numbers. Do you look at that and just think, how on earth have I lost out? Or do you try and stay positive knowing that you're playing some of the best darts, win or lose?
Yeah, the high average is it's a good thing for us players, but the most important thing is just winning. Obviously we don't win every time, but obviously when I do lose, it's the high average. It's the high averages, but it's just them 2 shots or even a shot at double that I am missing. Obviously looking back at the Masters against Johnny, it was just the first set where I missed 3 or 4 darts in the first set, and then when we went on from there, Johnny he kicked on and he stuck at that high 100-103 average.
And this time last year, everything was new to you. All of the travel in life as a PDC tour card holder was new. How much more prepared do you feel this year heading into the Premier League with everything that you've done, all the travel and titles that you've won, and obviously being Premier League champion?
Yeah, it's definitely different in a sense because I'm used to it all now, used to the travel. Definitely going to get used to the Premier League format once again. I've done it before, and I'm definitely going to do it for many more years.
And last year it took you nearly 2 months to win a Premier League night, yet you still topped the table quite comfortably. Is that quite a dangerous sign for everybody else? Because we don't expect you to start slow at this time.
Yeah, it was just the case last year, just getting into the top 4, and that's the mindset that I want to go into this year. Just get the top 4. Obviously, even finishing first, but throughout the weeks it was I was always there, 4th and 5th, and then I went on the run that I did go on and won four wins.
Thank you, Luke. Best of luck tomorrow.
Luke, last year obviously Dublin and Belfast, there were 2 cities for the Premier League. What was your thoughts on the fans in Dublin and Belfast?
Yeah, well, from what I can remember, it was good. Obviously, the first win came here in Belfast, and obviously Dublin. It was a first round exit to Michael Smith. So obviously I've got good memories here. So obviously I want to kick on, and obviously when I do go back to Dublin, hopefully I can finally get a win there.
Definitely. Now, my son told me to ask you a question. Xbox, PS5, we need a PDC game. Is this something you're going to try and push, make happen maybe this year, next year?
Well, I've seen plenty of obviously the younger kids that are getting into darts. They want a new PDC game, and I definitely get one.
Definitely. And
Definitely sort it.
And last of all, Luke, world champion. It's been a great 12 months for you. Has it hit you yet? I know you're very humble and things don't really phase you, but it hasn't hit you yet.
Yeah, it's sunk in a little bit, but with the crazy schedule and the flights that we have to get onto these different countries, you just got to get on with it. But yeah, it definitely has sunk in.
Thanks.
Look, you seem to take everything in your stride. How do you deal with the pressure? Is it sort of serene on top and doing a lot of work behind the scenes to make sure that you're able to go out and play your best game on the night?
Yeah, I don't think us players show that we do feel the pressure. Obviously, looking back at the first round against Ryan Meikle, I come off stage and I was saying to my mum and dad, did I look nervous? They said no, so it doesn't show that I am nervous. But yeah, most of the time I'm not nervous, but when I am, I'm feeling it, but obviously I don't show it.
When you're coming up through the ranks, as a young player, where you are now? Is that where you expected to be, or is it sooner than you thought?
It's definitely sooner. Obviously, winning the Worlds, it's come so soon, but how well I've played, it doesn't quite surprise me that I have picked up the world title so sooner.
What would it mean for you to go and win the Premier League again, albeit dart hasn't been thrown yet, but what would it mean for you to go and win it again this year and really let down a marker early on in the season?
Yeah, it would mean everything. Just, like I said, just get that top 4, but most importantly tomorrow night, just get that first win, where it's not to be, and we've got a reset, go to the Pro Tours Monday, Tuesday, get some match practice in there, and then it's up to Glasgow.
Best luck, thanks.
Look, I was just wondering about that winning feeling. Obviously, when you won the Premier League, it was your first major. How did that compare to lifting the world title for the first time?
It was a different feeling, because obviously I was going into my first Premier League campaign as a wild card, as I'd say. People were saying he's not, I wouldn't say he's not good enough, but he's not ready for it. But I just grabbed the opportunity while I could. And obviously now I've won it. It gave me a lot of confidence going into it with the Euro Tours, obviously winning the World Series, and now I'm world champion.
With great power comes with great responsibility. Sort of the impact that you're having on this next generation that wants to come through. How do you sort of deal with that expectation that comes with that?
Yeah, there's expectation. It always comes in every tournament. But what I've done quite big things, and I know that there's loads of youngsters out there, and I'm sure over the next 5-6 years you're going to see loads of them battling at Q School, trying to get their professional tour card.
When we were speaking to the Humphreys earlier, he was talking about the sacrifices that you sort of have to make as a professional sportsman. You're slightly different because you're missing out on some things that teenagers would usually do. How do you sort of find those sacrifices and some of the things you have to miss out on?
It's just a case of missing out on them. You just, obviously going out with my friends. Whenever I do come home from a tournament, I'll always make time for it. Whereas they could be out near enough every night, but I'm playing for tens and thousands of pounds, and that's what I've got to do. That's what I want to do.
Not bad.
It's decent.
Like, whenever you won here last year, was there anything in particular that you sort of felt contributed to getting your first ever Premier League win here that made you more comfortable in Belfast, or just made it a special night for you?
Yeah, I was playing well week in, week out. I was always there, 4th or 5th throughout the first first 8 weeks before coming to Belfast, and it was only a matter of time that the nightly win was coming, and it came here in Belfast.
Do you consider yourself a defending champion here this week, or the nature of the Premier League is it might just kind of a contributing factor to the overall Premier League of being defending champion of the Premier League?
I think every week, yeah. Obviously you are the defending champion, but once hopefully I do get to the O2, then that's when you're properly defending your trophy.
Okay.
Look,
Thanks, everyone.
Can I just ask one final one? What did Sir Alex Ferguson say to you whenever you were talking to him?
We was talking about our aim. Obviously I said I went over there, and then obviously he was talking about his horses and how good of a place Bahrain was.
Thank you.